Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to do the detailed review of the Samsung Galaxy J7, the 2016 variant. So last month Samsung announced the two new devices, that the Samsung Galaxy J7 and the J5 with a metallic finishing, couple of upgrades to the older generation Samsung Galaxy J7 which was announced last year. So the improved J7 comes with a metallic construction. You can see the metallic chassis, there is Android 6.0 Marshmallow, a few other changes as well, but overall the hardware remains the same, and this comes with a 5.5-inch HD display. It's a Super AMOLED display. It's powered by an octa-core Exynos chipset which is clocked at 1.6 GHz, and this has 2 GB RAM. The internal storage is at 16 GB, and you can also expand the storage. The battery capacity is improved to 3300, and there is a 13 megapixel rear camera, LED flash, and a front facing 5 megapixel camera with a flash again. So that is the spec aspect of the Samsung Galaxy J7, the 2016 variant. Now let's move on to the detailed aspects. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So one of the issues with the Samsung Galaxy J7 from 2015 was that it was completely made of plastic and the quality was not that great. But now Samsung has improved with the quality, and you can see this is a metallic chassis and looks much better, and it's also slimmer. Now the design aspect, I can see the volume keys is on the left side, the right key, the power key is on the right side. At the bottom you have the micro USB charging slot, the 3.5mm audio jack, and the microphone. There is no opening on the top panel. Now on the rear panel we have the 13 megapixel camera. Again the placement looks very similar, but they haven't again improved. You can see the speaker grill has been given a metallic finishing. There is LED flash, the Samsung and the 4G logo, and you can see the rear panel has been given a brushed metallic look. Although this is made of plastic, this has the looks has been improved, and this looks much better. And overall the device looks also slimmer and pretty easy to use as well. The weight is not really at a lower side, but still for a 5.5-inch device this is not really bad design. But it is high time Samsung implemented some of the changes to the design. This looks almost similar to any other Samsung phone. There's no major difference in the hardware, and even the design looks very similar. So build quality has been improved, but design there is no major change. It looks more or less similar. We have this home button, and you can see the two capacity buttons. There is also front facing LED flash. Now one of the missing aspects about this device is there is no fingerprint scanner, so that's kind of disappointment. And there is also no ambient light sensor. For a phone priced just 16,000, these two should have been included by Samsung. Now let's move on to the display. Now the 5.5-inch Super AMOLED display has been the same on the Samsung Galaxy J7 and the J7 2016. So there is no major change in that aspect. The display looks quite good. It's vibrant because it's a Super AMOLED panel, and the viewing angles are really good. There is no color change even if you tilt the display. The touch response is again smooth, but there is no protection offered on the display. There is no Corning Gorilla Glass nor any other protection, and there is ambient light sensor is again missing on this device. So you need to get into the outdoor mode when you're going outdoors, or you're using the device in sunlight. So you need to use the outdoor mode. So that is the display aspect. It's not really a great display. Couple of things missing. There is no protection and there is no ambient light sensor. But overall the display quality looks quite good with the Super AMOLED panel. Now let's move on to the software. So this is one area this J7 2016 has improved. Now it has Android Marshmallow, and the number of installed apps have been also gone down. Now we have very less apps. There are few apps like Opera Max. Then we have Galaxy app. You can see Samsung has included some apps like File Manager, Voice Recorder, Email. Then you have the SL app and the Galaxy apps. So the amount of apps included here has been cut down, and the UI looks pretty smooth, and it's lag-free experience. That's one good thing. So TouchWiz UI has been changed to a bit. You can see there is now white background for the quick toggles, so you can customize the quick toggles. So all those things remain there, and you can see the settings panel is also mostly retained from the previous generation, but now it's really fast and performing UI. The Samsung TouchWiz is now much more optimized for performance, and Android 6.0 brings in some features like the DOS mode, the permissions for each of these apps. So that's an added advantage for this device. Now talking about this performance, so this phone runs on an octa-core chipset. That's an Exynos chipset, and this is coupled with 2 GB RAM. So while the Exynos chipset is a mid-range processor, this is one of the really good chipsets from Samsung, and this has a really good performance as well. Now going by the benchmark scores, you can see that the Exynos Octa chipset performs pretty well. It has 51,000 score, and this is very good for a mid-range processor. Now day-to-day tasks are pretty good on this device. There's no lag or issues, and it's really an effective processor, and the gaming experience on this device was really good. We tested most of the heavy graphic rich games and we never saw any lag or issues, and the heating was very nominal. That's one thing Samsung has done really well with this TouchWiz UI. So software and performance, this is pretty good overall and does have improvement over the previous generation devices. Now this phone comes with a 16 gigabyte storage, which can be expandable, and you can install SD card to expand the storage. The call quality on the device was quite good, no major lags or issues, and the speaker performance on the rear panel houses the speaker. So if you're using the device flat, then the speaker quality might be affected, but then overall the speaker quality looks quite average. So that is the software and performance side of the Samsung Galaxy J7. Now let's move on to the camera. So this phone comes with a 13 megapixel rear camera with f1.9 LED flash, and also front facing camera again with f1.9, and there is also a flash for the front facing camera as well. Now if you look at the camera, there are quite a lot of modes included, so similar to the Samsung Galaxy S7, the flagship phone, you cannot download additional modes, but quite a lot of modes are there. You can see sports mode, HDR, beauty face, night mode, a lot of additional modes including the manual mode are included. So overall the camera interface is quite good for this price point and does feature almost all options you would like on a camera. Now looking at the camera samples, this was one area where the Samsung Galaxy J7 was quite disappointing. Last year's J7 was pretty good with the camera samples. Now here we can see that the camera samples haven't come really great. It is more or less an average camera, decent color reproduction, and at times the color quality was not really good. It was washed out like of images. So that's one area J7 hasn't improved much. So the camera quality is disappointing, we would say, and doesn't live up to the expectation of a mid-range phone where we have the Lenovo ZUK-Z1, Redmi Note 3, Lenovo's Vibe K4 Note. All these devices have a pretty good camera. In that aspect, we would say the J7 2016 variant is quite disappointing. But having said that, there is one good thing about this device, is that it comes with a front-facing selfie flash. So that is good if you're looking for taking selfies in low light. So that's one of the good thing. Not too many phones of a front facing selfie flash. So overall in the camera department, the J7 was quite a disappointment, and the low light imaging abilities were also not that great. Now finally let's move on to the battery performance. So this phone comes with a 3300 mAh battery with Android 6.0 Marshmallow. So with Android 6.0, there are a couple of changes to the battery performance, and the dose feature makes sure that the battery performance is improved. Now with the 3300 mAh battery, the J7 performs very well with battery life, and can last at least a day with heavy usage, and if you are a moderate user, you can get at least more than a day with this battery. So battery shouldn't be an issue on the Samsung Galaxy J7. So we are now talked about a lot of aspects. So let's list out the pros and cons of this device. So first let's talk about the pros. So this has latest Android software. It has a metallic construction, improved build quality, good battery life, and good performance as well. Now let's talk about the negative aspects about this device. A couple of things missing. Fingerprint scanner is missing, then there is no ambient light sensor for this device in this category, and the camera looks pretty average, not really that great. And if you look at the specs to hardware to pricing aspect, this doesn't look like a value for money device, especially with a lot of devices in this category offering 32 gigabyte storage and also 3 gigabyte RAM and also full HD display. So that is the pros and cons of the Samsung Galaxy J7. So what do we think about this device? So unless you are looking for a Samsung branded device which the brand name is more important to you, then you should be definitely picking the Samsung Galaxy J7 with really good performance and great battery life along with the latest software. But if you're not really worried about the branding, you should definitely be looking at other options like the Lenovo ZUK-Z1 or the Redmi Note 3. We even have the Lavanus from Lyco. So these are phones which have better pricing and also better hardware when compared to the Samsung Galaxy J7 2016 variant. So that's all guys with the detailed review of the Samsung Galaxy J7. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.